In a world where overthinking seems to be an unwelcome companion, the ancient teachings of Buddha offer a beacon of light. Buddha, the Enlightened One, shared profound insights into the nature of suffering and the keys to liberation. In this practical guide, we'll explore how Buddha's wisdom can serve as a compass, guiding us away from the shores of anxiety towards the serene waters of inner peace. So join me on this voyage of self-discovery and mindfulness as we unravel the threads of overthinking and anxiety, weaving a tapestry of tranquility inspired by the timeless teachings of Buddha. Before we embark on the journey to overcome anxiety, it's essential to understand its roots, as seen through the lens of Buddhist philosophy. According to Buddha, the root cause of suffering, which includes anxiety, lies in our attachments and desires. Think of it as the clinging to things, whether it be relationships, material possessions, or outcomes, that gives rise to a turbulent mind. In the hustle of our daily lives, we often find ourselves entangled in a web of desires and expectations. Buddha teaches us that this attachment leads to suffering, and anxiety is one of its manifestations. As we constantly yearn for specific outcomes or fear losing what we hold dear, our minds become a breeding ground for overthinking and restlessness. To illustrate this concept, consider the analogy of holding onto a handful of sand. The tighter we grasp it, the more it slips through our fingers. Similarly, the tighter we cling to our desires and attachments, the more elusive peace becomes. By acknowledging the role of attachment in the tapestry of anxiety, we open the door to liberation. It's not about abandoning love or ambition, but understanding that true joy arises when we learn to hold these aspects of life with an open hand, appreciating the beauty of the present moment. As we continue our journey into Buddha's profound wisdom on overcoming anxiety, we encounter the foundational teachings known as the Four Noble Truths. These truths serve as a roadmap to understanding the nature of suffering and finding the path to liberation. The first noble truth acknowledges the reality of suffering. In our context, this encompasses the anxiety that grips our minds, the restlessness that clouds our thoughts. Buddha encourages us to confront and acknowledge the existence of suffering in our lives without denial or aversion. The second noble truth dives into the origins of suffering, pointing to craving and attachment as the roots. By constantly desiring specific outcomes, we perpetuate a cycle of overthinking and anxiety. Buddha invites us to examine our attachments and cravings, unraveling the threads that bind us to unnecessary suffering. Now here's where the wisdom truly unfolds. The third noble truth reveals that there is an end to suffering. Liberation from anxiety is not only possible, but within our grasp. By understanding and addressing the roots of suffering, we pave the way for genuine peace and tranquility. This leads us to the fourth noble truth, the path to the cessation of suffering. Buddha provides practical guidance on how to navigate this path through ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. It's a holistic approach that invites us to cultivate mindfulness, compassion, and a deeper understanding of ourselves. In the serene landscape of mindfulness, we find a powerful tool for alleviating anxiety and calming the restless waters of the mind. Mindfulness meditation, rooted in ancient Buddhist practices, is a journey inward. It begins with a simple yet profound act, bringing our attention to the present moment. In the context of anxiety, the mind often races ahead, dwelling on the uncertainties of the future or rehashing the tapestry of the past. Mindfulness invites us to anchor ourselves in the now. Let's embark on a brief mindfulness exercise together. Find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Feel the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. As thoughts arise, simply observe them without judgment, like clouds passing through the vast sky of your awareness. By bringing our attention back to the breath, we cultivate a sense of presence and detachment from the constant stream of thoughts that fuel anxiety. In your daily life, consider incorporating moments of mindfulness. Whether it's savoring a cup of tea, walking in nature, or simply pausing to breathe, these acts become anchors to the present moment, disrupting the patterns of overthinking. As you explore mindfulness, remember that it's not about suppressing thoughts, but observing them with a compassionate gaze. With regular practice, you'll find the space between thoughts expanding, creating room for tranquility. The wisdom of impermanence invites us to release our grip on the illusion of control, offering profound insights into easing anxiety and finding peace. Picture a flowing river, ever-changing, unpredictable, and yet inherently beautiful. Our lives, much like the river, are in a constant state of flux. Buddha encourages us to embrace this truth and let go of our attachments to fixed outcomes. Anxiety often stems from our desire to control every aspect of our lives, but in the grand dance of impermanence, such control is an illusion. Consider the image of a blooming flower. Its beauty is fleeting, yet its impermanence doesn't diminish its worth. Similarly, the circumstances of our lives, whether joyous or challenging, are transient. By understanding and accepting the impermanence of all things, we liberate ourselves from the chains of overthinking. Letting go of control doesn't mean resignation. It means surrendering to the natural flow of life. It's about allowing experiences to come and go without clinging or resisting. This doesn't imply a passive acceptance of suffering, but an active engagement with the present moment. In your own life, reflect on situations where the desire for control heightened anxiety. How would it feel to release that grip and trust the unfolding of events? In this segment, we unravel the transformative practice of cultivating loving kindness, also known as metta meditation. Buddha's teachings extend beyond understanding and accepting the transient nature of life. He encourages us to actively cultivate a heart full of love and compassion, not only for others, but for ourselves as well. In the realm of anxiety, self-criticism often fuels overthinking. Loving kindness offers a gentle antidote. Let's embark on a brief metta meditation together. Find a comfortable posture, close your eyes, and bring to mind someone you love deeply. Begin by directing warm and positive thoughts towards them, such as, "May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be at ease." Now, extend these wishes to yourself and gradually to others in your life, and even to those you may find challenging. Through this practice, we cultivate a mindset of compassion that extends beyond the boundaries of our individual concerns. It becomes a powerful tool to counteract the negative thought patterns that contribute to anxiety. Loving kindness is not a one-time practice, but a skill to be nurtured. As you integrate metta meditation into your routine, observe how it softens the edges of anxiety, fostering a sense of connection and well-being. As we conclude this journey, I invite you to carry the wisdom of Buddha into your daily life. Apply the principles of mindfulness, impermanence, and loving kindness as tools to navigate the currents of anxiety.